Hello, my name is Justin Scott here with another Lowell Ledger podcast from the WRWW studios here at LHS. I am here with Ashley Riley of Educatius, and then one of our exchange students from Brazil, right? Rafaela?
Yep.
Well, welcome to the podcast, guys.
Thank you, Justin, for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Great, so let's jump in. So Ashley, tell me, what is your position with Educatius, and tell me a little bit about Educatius.
Yes, so Educatius, I'm the regional manager of Educatius, and it's the worldwide organization. It's the largest, actually, dedicated to high school student programs who are on F1 visas. So our high school partners are actually the ones who are sponsoring the student visas. So partners, our Kent ISD partners, such as Lowell, they get student applications. The students select to come to Lowell, actually. And then my team of local coordinators go out into the community and we find host families for them that they can live with for the coming school year.
So, Rafaela, what made you choose Lowell?
The school have really good classes, really good categories that I wanted, and actually a lot of classes that I'm taking here I need to take when I come back, so I need to have something that would be full for my grade in Brazil.
Perfect. Well, thank you for coming. We're excited that you're here. Ashley, so I know Educatius has been a decade-long partner with LHS since 2014, it looked like. Take me through some of your pride points as an organization.
Yeah, so actually Lowell has sponsored more than 70 of our students, which is a large amount. This current school year, we have 11 of our students at Lowell High School. So the students come from Brazil, like Rafaela. I have Matthias from Brazil too. So they've had a chance to get to know each other, which is really nice, students from the same country. We've got students from Germany, Spain, Italy, Taiwan, France, Vietnam, and Thailand this year. Last year we had about 5 or 6 students too from similar countries. So it's been really nice to get to work closely with Lowell. I actually live in Rockford, so not far away from here, Townsend Park area, and this is a beautiful community, and I'm very proud to have my international students, a good chunk of my international students at Kent ISD schools. So that means I get to meet them in person, get to know them throughout the school year. My own little young children get to see and meet them too, which has been fun for me as the regional manager. I also oversee 4 other Midwest states too.
And one of your students won a competition last year, you were saying, just for the podcast, right?
Yes, actually there was. So we were in our 20th year last year, 2023, and we wanted to do a host family reunion competition. And so students who attended school all across the U.S. had the opportunity, actually the world, had the opportunity to apply for this by submitting a video. And Paula from Spain, who attended last school year, she was the winner, one of the 2 winners. I believe there was a student from Italy who won too. I can't remember which country she was from, but Paula here in Lowell, Michigan, won, and she was able to come back, be reunited with her host family, and that was really fun to see. So she's a great student ambassador, just like Rafaela is for Lowell.
Yeah, and so, Rafaela, tell me, when you learned that a Lowell family had chose you, what was the feeling there?
Oh, it was really good. Because we apply and we wait, and then we wait more, and then we think okay, so who is going to choose me and how it's going to work? And when you finally receive the letter saying, oh, that's your host family, that's what they like, that's their house, their hobbies, that kind of stuff is so good, and you actually connect with them and contact them. So
awesome.
This is so good for me to hear, as a regional manager, and I think that kind of drills home the point that we really hope for earlier placements, because students apply as early as the fall prior to the following school year. So we could have students waiting, for months, half a year or more until they get a host family. And so that's got to be nerve-wracking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the student, the agent, their natural parents, for everybody really. So what we're hoping for in future years, this coming year too, is to find families earlier on in the process so that our students don't have to be so stressed out and they can rest assured that they know that they have a family to join for the school year.
And I'm a marketing guy, so I'm very interested in this. How do you go about finding families to, apply?
Yeah, so there's all different kinds of ways. So we do work with our ISD school partners in spreading the word. So I would send Principal Goff an email with all of the different students that we have available, some of their interests, their letters to host families, and then he will send it out to district parents. And that's a great way for us to get the word out, mass communication wise. We work with churches. Actually, that's how I found your host family
Really?
last school year. Yeah, at the church, one of the churches in town, and Impact Church, and they had never hosted before. They had fostered many kids before, but they actually hosted two girls last year for me, a girl from Italy and a girl from Taiwan, and they decided that they wanted to host again this school year. And so it's kind of nice because they are empty nesters, but when they host two, the girls become sisters,
Yeah.
which is really amazing, right? Did you ever think that you were going to have a sister from Vietnam?
No, and I'm an only child in Brazil.
Okay.
So it was really nice to have a sister.
Yeah. So I mean, it is really a nice program, in the sense that you get to meet, people from all over the world and make those connections.
Yeah, Rafaela, what's it like to live with a host family and study abroad for a school year? What's that like?
Okay, so with my host family, it's really nice. I love them so much. And so at first I got really nervous because I didn't know a lot of English. I know the basics, but it was hard to keep a conversation. But they helped a lot, and because they had the foster kids and the girls from the last year, they kind of knew how to approach us, and we play a lot of Uno, so we could spend time. And Uno, I think everyone knows how to play, so we could spend this quality time together without actually having to keep a conversation going and struggling with this. And and being an exchange student is pretty nice. Yeah, because it's not just learn more about the US. Of course, here I spend a lot of time talking in English, but have a lot of knowing other kids and from all around the world. So
We try to get our Kent ISD
Yeah.
students together pretty much on a monthly basis to do things such as ice skating. At Walker Ice Arena, we did Cannonsburg tubing. What else have we done? We did a Christmas party. So this is also about getting all the Kent ISD international students together,
Yep.
so they get to know one another and exchange cultures that way too.
What are the requirements as far as being a host family?
Yes, so you have to be at least 25 years or older. You'd fill out an application. We do reference checks. You have to fill out background checks for everyone 17 and older in your household. And then my local coordinator for the school district, so Tuesday Goff is our local coordinator for Lowell. She comes out to your house for a brief home tour. We just make sure that the home is safe for the student, make sure everybody is on board, to welcome an international student and prepared. And then, really, I would say the qualities that would make a really great host family would be somebody who is empathetic, warm, kind, patient,
Yeah.
Especially in the beginning too. And somebody who just wants to learn more about the world. I mean, this program opens up the world to you and to your student and to your family.
Yeah, my grandma had an exchange student it might have been 2014. She was from Japan.
Cool.
Yuka. She's very nice.
Yeah.
I know my family still keeps in contact with her.
Oh.
Rafaela, so what are some of your favorite things about Lowell and Lowell High School?
First, teachers. I love all my teachers. They're super nice, and they helped a lot because like, I had the same classes, obviously, like biology, algebra, but it's in another language, and sometimes they teach in a different way. So I think asking questions and this kind of stuff helped me a lot, and they were always like able to help me, and they understood what I was going through.
I talked to some of my students last year about the difference between American teachers and some of their teachers, and they just said American teachers are so warm and
They're amazing.
and patient and kind, and yeah, compared to other countries, at least in their experience.
Yeah.
What's your favorite American fast food restaurant?
Good question. I would say McDonald's.
McDonald's, okay.
Yeah,
You're not alone.
I
Others say that
everyone-
too.
Yeah, because it's like the good one, you know.
Shout out to Mickey D's.
Yes.
For as far as like, so when the students arrive, you know, you've applied and you've been accepted, and so now you're waiting for your exchange student to arrive. What should you expect?
Yes, that's a great question. So students usually arrive 1 week before school starts. However, if you sign up early, you'll have the opportunity to get to know each other virtually, which is really important too, because if you can imagine, you know, a student coming overseas, you know, for the school year is probably anxious, and you're probably anxious to get to know them. And so at least virtually you can establish that relationship early on, and you even get a chance to meet their natural parents. So did the Fleers do a video call with you, or
No.
how did that work? No?
No.
Okay.
We were like emailing each other.
Emailing?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
So it
And-
just depends.
Yeah, but I think even they suggested it. I think I would say like I don't know, because I was like really nervous. Like every time I had to send an email, I would like think for days about what I was going to write, and but because that's what I was telling you, like because of the difference of culture, I didn't know how to talk with them and approach them and be respectful and this kind of stuff. So
there's a lot going on
Yeah.
behind the scenes too that is good for me to hear and the community to hear too. You know, these students are nervous, and so it's important for families to be, you know, understanding and warm and get excited, you know, for the kids, and because this is a big deal, you know, studying abroad for a year is a big deal. And so to have the opportunity to join a local family like this, like the Fleers, you know,
yeah.
it's
And like they were so nice. Like my host mother, she would send emails saying, "Oh, so it's kind of raining, but so you should bring something that is waterproof, and
Yep.
you should pack
they help
this
prepare
stuff."
you
Yeah.
of what to bring, what winters are going to be like. I had a girl one of the girls from Thailand. She was really cold when she came at first, so it took some adjusting to get used to the cold winter weather, you know, in Michigan. So, you know, it's things like that, you know, get to know you virtually, help them figure out, you know, what to prepare for, what to bring, so that they're, you know, prepared for the seasons in Michigan, really.
You got me, so you know I'm going to ask a sports question. How do exchange students integrate within sports in high school? And I feel like the answer is pretty well, because I was just at the wrestling banquet, and Alicio, I think I got his name right.
Yes.
He, he was from Italy.
That's
and
one of mine.
Nice,
Yeah,
yeah,
Educatius students. Yep.
he joined the wrestling team, and now he can say he's a state champion in wrestling.
Absolutely. Yeah, so we definitely encourage our international students to participate in sports when they're able to. Fall sports can be a bit tricky, though, so we do say, you know, if you are a student that is interested in joining a fall sport, you can even connect with the coach, or your host family can help you connect with the coach over the summer. Maybe you could send videos of your skills, you know, any way to help get you to join part of a team, you know, if you do want to do a fall sport. But obviously there's all kinds of sports that you can join throughout the school year, anything from track, golf, volleyball, cheerleading. Our students tend to love cheerleading. You know, we want our students to really integrate into the community in the school district, and so participating in things like sports, clubs, whatnot, that's a very important part of the program too.
So I know one question that would be on a prospective host family's mind is money.
Yes.
Tell me about like kind of the stipends that you might get for this.
Yes. So our program is unique. We do offer, so on the F1 visas, we do offer host families monthly stipends, and that's meant to offset costs of hosting. So when you host a student, your grocery bills are going to be a little bit higher, gas bills higher. So this money is meant to really help offset those costs if it were to be a burden in any way.
So it sounds, and I see in the notes here that students come with their own spending money, and then they have their own insurance and everything like that.
Yes, their own health insurance too.
So it sounds like that there's not really a huge there's hardly any financial burn or anything if you're wanting to host a student, correct?
Correct. Yes, that's our program is nice because we do offer that monthly stipend support, and our students also pay the school partners tuition too. So that the money is also coming in for our school districts as well.
Okay. Rafaela, what do you do what have you done, I guess, at the high school outside of classes? Anything exciting to talk about?
Yeah, so I think the club that I'm most engaged in is like the book club.
Okay.
And I signed for other clubs before, but the book club that is the one that I go like more frequent and go there and like read and kind of stuff. I just went there because Mrs. Mooney, she was the coach in the Powder Puff game.
Okay.
So I joined the Powder Puff,
Nice.
and she said like, "Oh, you should like join us just like to see and stuff." So I was just like, "Oh, okay." So and the kids there, they are really nice. So I thought, "Oh, okay, I'm going to stay here."
Well, that's cool. Yeah, no, that's cool. Glad you enjoyed Powder Puff. It's a very, very American thing. And then book club. Book club's a great way, probably also to improve on English and stuff like that. And I mean,
Yeah.
your English is great. It's
It
much
is.
It's much better than my Portuguese. So hats off. to you on that.
Right.
All right, so we're kind of wrapping up here. It looks like you've got four incoming students for 2024 to 2025.
Yes,
Is that right?
yes, we've got students already
Okay.
for the 2024-25 school year, so this coming school year. So we've got a girl, she goes by B or Teresa from Vietnam. She loves movies, listening to music. She talks a lot and makes jokes, friendly, always smiles. She plays the organ, and she's interested in religious activities. So perhaps a family who would be interested in taking a student to church with them would be a great fit for B from Vietnam. I've got two Spanish girls, Rocio. She's really into sports. She says her sports is her way of life. She enjoys being active. Tennis. She loves baking cakes and cookies. She's kind, self-sufficient, and trustworthy. I've got Olivia from Spain. She's into basketball, ballet, flamenco, modern dancing. She enjoys theater, horse riding, skiing. She wants to be a businesswoman or an actress one day. And then lastly, I have Patty from Thailand. She, she loves traveling. She's studied abroad actually before in Japan, England, and Spain. And she enjoys ballroom and K-pop dancing. And she wants to be an import-export business owner. So we've got some ambitious students.
Wow.
And, when if hosting is something that's interesting to you, you want to look at the students and their interests. And we try to match them up with best fit host family to ensure that they have a successful year. And we also offer support year round to our host families and students through the help of the local coordinator, which is really boots on the ground for me. However, I do live in this community too, so I get to know my host families and my students well, which is very nice. And then we also have a student experience team dedicated to different countries. The students out of different countries, a lot of times they speak that student's native language too. So if there's ever any support needs that come up for the students, they're there to help as well. So it's a good support system that our students and our host families have through our program.
And so if I'm interested in having an exchange student next year, how would I go about contacting you or Tuesday?
Yes, so Tuesday, Principal Goff will be sending out an email with Tuesday's contact information, and she's the main local coordinator, so you just reach out to her, and she would get the process going. She'd talk about the program, the available students, and the turnaround time is within a week or so.
All right, perfect. Anything else you guys want to add on before we head out here?
just that this is a life-changing program, for the students and the host families alike. I will say I've got little kids, and my kids, they've loved getting to know the international students. I mean, my 6-year-old son talks about Paris, France, because we had a student from France last year who attended Lowell, and my daughter loves, the girls from Taiwan, Brazil. It's really an interesting thing. So families can be, families with teenagers, with young children, empty nesters like Rafaela does. I mean, they can really, be comprised of any type of household, as long as they have a warm, loving heart and they're patient and kind.
Awesome. Anything from you, Rafaela? Nope, that's all right. No, thank you. I appreciate both your time. It was great. You guys both did great. So, again, thank you, and thank you all for listening.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.